Wood.
Is that not the RIZZ? How do you do the RIZZ?
I think you just don't have it. You look like you're in a coma. You look like Never mind, squint a little. That's the RIZZ.
That was the RIZZ?
Yeah.
If you didn't notice with our intros, we are doing the RIZZ Book Tag today, and it was made by my friend, the Bookish Daddy. He's out here showing us all the RIZZ, but he made this awesome book tag of these questions about romance novels, and me being someone who doesn't read a lot of romance, I'm very excited to try my way through all of these questions. But, you know, you might hear some jokes from my wife in the background because she is here present because I wanted to show off how good my RIZZ is. Right?
He has no RIZZ.
No RIZZ. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confidence. So question number 1, what is a character in the book that has the most RIZZ? And you know, I haven't read a lot of books in general, a lot of romance books in general, and I guess the character that has the most RIZZ is RIZZ from, you know, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Was that not the person? Rhysand. I call him RIZZ.
I don't know. It sounds better. I think that flows better.
Yeah. Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses. RIZZ is a purple guy that I made up in my head. So there you go. So the purple man has the most RIZZ, and that's what I'm sticking to. The reason I say that is because when Sarah J. Maas described Rhysand, for some reason, the purple eyes, I just pictured an entire purple person. So now whenever I'm reading those books, it's just a purple guy with wings.
Yeah, you kept calling him the purple guy.
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking about?
So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Question number 2, what is your favorite romance book? Well, it has to be The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. It's on my top 10 list of all time. If you haven't checked that out, it's really, really good. Has great prose, great romance. I cried, I laughed, I did all the things. It was beautifully written, and so I don't think that could be beaten, but hopefully it will soon, which would be cool. Leading to question number 3, it's what's your favorite quote? And that is from that as well. It's either what is your favorite romantic or spicy quote from a book. I don't have too many spicy quotes, but I do have this romantic one from The Song of Achilles, and that is, I could recognize him by his touch alone, by smell, I would know him blind, by the way his breaths came and his feet struck the earth. I would know him in death at the end of the world. I love that quote. It's very, very good, and that's just a little sliver of how well Song of Achilles is written. So go check it out if you haven't already. Question number 4, what is the most romantic or spiciest book you've ever read? Well, I haven't read very much spice, but I guess the spiciest book I've ever read is A Court of Mist and Fury. It has a few spicy scenes. It's pretty good. I liked it. That's my favorite one of, you know, the series so far, and so that's it. I have heard that A Court of Silver Flame is the spiciest of them all. Someone is reading that in this room right now. If there's their spice.
There's a lot of horniness.
Court of Silver Flame, horny.
They are horny.
They are horny. Moving on to question number 5, who is your favorite book couple? Well, that has to go to my favorite of the year, Hilo and Wen from A Greenbone Saga. They're just an amazing power couple. Love is written so well with them, and I enjoyed it so much. They're worth reading the Greenbone Saga itself. So go check it out. What 2 characters from separate books would you love to see together? I would love to see Jo from You and Edith from Life and Death. Edith is like Edward's female version because Life and Death is a swap of Twilight. And so the reason being is they're both stalkers. So they both would stalk each other, and it'd be awesome. I would love to see that, and they're both psychopaths. So go check it out. I don't know why You and Twilight are like fused together for me because I read them like kind of side by side. I read You and then I read A Midnight Sun, and it just, yeah. So now I always just think of them together. So Jo and Edith would be the perfect pair in my opinion. But if you want someone else, you know, you can have Orion and like Luna Lovegood or whatever from Harry Potter. They're both kind of like broody people, I guess. So that'd be funny too. Number 7, a book character that you believe you could romance or RIZZ up. I have no idea. According to my wife, I have 0 RIZZ, and according to the beginning of this video, it took me forever to RIZZ you. So I don't really know. I don't know who I'd RIZZ up, but I guess I could try to RIZZ up Marasi from Mistborn Era 2. You know, she's pretty cool. She's into wax a little bit, but then realizes he's about to get married and becomes disinterested. So I would probably swoop in there and, you know, kind of be like cool with her. I think she's pretty cool. Who else? I don't know. My wife says I should RIZZ up Gavin from All of Us Villains, you know, because he's kind of just a sad boy, and I would cheer him up. So probably Gavin. I could RIZZ him up. That'd be pretty cool. So hang out. Let's hang out. What's your favorite romantic gesture from a book? This is a tough question because we're entering spoiler territory. There's 2 books that come to mind for spoilers or for this question of like romantic gesture. And so I would say that number 1 would be from The House in the Cerulean Sea, okay, by TJ Klune. This is massive spoilers. It's literally the end of the book, or a big push at the end of the book. And that's just Linus Baker. He's on a mission, of course. He's inspecting this orphanage for his company to make sure it's all good. And when he has to file a report on if the orphanage should be shut down, because he's one of the most proficient employees there, his heart was changed a lot. And it was changed because not only the kids are really cool, but also because of Arthur. And I think him risking his entire job to save the orphanage and to end up with Arthur was just like the biggest romance thing you could do. He risked it all for that relationship, and they ended up getting married, and that's fantastic. So, love that. Linus Baker, you're a stud. The next one that I thought of was in Gideon the Ninth. The reason this has stuck with me is because I think about it all the time. Gideon the Ninth was a really difficult book for me to read because it felt very slow in the beginning. But man, at the end, when there's a romance connection with Gideon and Harrow, it is intense because there is a puzzle that happens in the book that ends up having them become one. And I guess I won't spoil that one. The other one I kind of felt like I had to, but they kind of become one in a sense. And you know what I'm talking about. It's like an ultimate sacrifice of becoming one. And holy crap, I think about that a lot. And that is awesome. So I still need to read the second book because I think about it. But yeah, so go check that out. It was really good. What is your favorite romance trope? Well, you know, I'm a grumpy guy, so I love grumps and sunshine, I guess you could say. I really like that relationship. So like, for example, Deadly Education, we have Orion and Galadriel. She's really grumpy. He's just kind of happy-go-lucky, and I just love their romance together. I think it's a really cool trope, and I think that's really awesome. I also, you know, give me those love triangles. Love triangles usually end up having a grumpy person in there too, and you don't know why they're fighting over them, but I like it. So those are my 2 favorite tropes right there. Number 10, what is a romance book that you would make into a movie or a TV show? Such a tough question, but I will have to say that Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune would be my choice. I know there's 2 TJ Klune books on here, but I think that this one would actually be a really good heartfelt movie. It's about someone who dies and didn't live the best life, and as the Grim Reaper comes and takes their soul, they have to go to a tea shop and meet the person that bridges them with the afterlife, essentially. And so you get to go through this life with Wallace, and he meets somebody by the name of Hugo, and he's this tea merchant, and it's just such a good romance involving ghosts, and I'd love to just see this as a movie. It'd be a lot of fun, and it would just be super sappy and super good. So that would be awesome. That would be my choice. It could be animated too. That'd be cool as well. And yeah. So that being said, that is the RIZZ. I don't know how to do it anymore. The RIZZ BookTube tag. Thank you so much, the Bookish Daddy, for tagging me. And let's tag some other booktubers. The first one is going to be the king of book tags, and that is going to be the Mild Rumpus. I want to see your RIZZ game, and I want to see what you would do on this. I know you do a lot of tags, and so I want to make sure that you got it out there and spread it out to as much people as you can. And so I'm excited to see what you would do to Mild Rumpus. Also, I just ran into this person, or just subscribed to this person. She is a romance person, and that is the Mimi Duong. She covers romance books to a lot of other stuff. She reads really, really fast. We also follow each other on Goodreads, and it's insane. And so go check out her channel. It's really, really good. She's also into Pokemon, so that's a plus, you know, for friendship. And so go check her out. She's a lot of fun and doing really cool things on BookTube. So let's see what your RIZZ is like. I have to throw in Marissa Thoman. We are doing a buddy read right now of Life and Death, and so we have been talking back and forth about that novel quite a bit. And so I know you read those romance novels. So let's see that RIZZ and what you think about that. So that'd be awesome. And last but not least, I would like to go ahead and tag Ian Dubelli. I don't know if you do tag videos often, but I've been watching your stuff for a very long time. Huge fan. And, you know, a lot of people watch your stuff too. So if you have time, you know, I think this is a fun one to be able to do to show off that charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, or that Riz, I guess you could say. And we'll see what type of stuff you do. If you guys want to see him do that, make sure you hit him up in the comments. He's a little bit more popular out there and things of that nature. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the channel as always, you know, and I hope to see you next time because I got that Riz. So, toodles.